think so. Louis Vuitton on the one. Put you down. What up, ladies and gentlemen? Today is going to be a pretty cool day. It's already nighttime, so I'm going to be setting up 2 DSLR booths, and we're going to be setting up 2 printers. And the reason I wanted to document this is because I'm prepping for event. This has been the craziest week for me here in December. And so as I'm putting together these 2 photo booths, prepping them for these upcoming events that are going to be taking place tomorrow, and these prints, I want to make sure that both my photo booth directors will be good to go, and I figured I can answer questions while I prep. So enjoy the video, post your questions. Here in California, it is pretty late. I know a lot of people will watch the channel out by the East Coast, so you guys are probably already like on your 3rd dream. Right now it's 9:35. I want to make sure I have, I'm going to set up the booth probably like around here, and maybe like the printers right here. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So what's up, Jose? What's up, Michael? If you guys can hear me clearly, I'm using a Bluetooth microphone, and I was testing out the audio so that you guys can hear me clearly. If you guys hear me really, really good on your end, if you guys can just press the number 2 on the chat box, and I'll get started right away. I got to go to my garage and bring out the second. Thank you, Jose. I got to bring out, so as you guys can see, I transferred my photo booth into these travel cases. So I went from using the flight case to using luggage like this because it's reduced the weight an incredible amount. For example, the flight case, super durable, great for transportation on long shipments. But when you are traveling from point A to point B and it's local, I have invested in these cases here on Amazon. And what I love about this is this actually weighs 20 pounds less than the flight case. So right in here, guys, you have Mr. Professional, okay? So this has been such a great addition to my production business. And not just that, but you guys have to remember the wheels on these things, it's 4 wheels. So it glides through almost any terrain and minimizes the amount of turbulence and vibration as you're traveling, like I said, from point A to point B. That's my homegirl Rosie in the background. Just being nosy, and that's all good. So right here I have a RX 1HS setup, photo booth cover, and the photo booth stand. The cover is inside the actual case where the printer is at. I'm going to show that to you in a few moments. And once again, right here, guys, we have Mr. Professional booth. Okay, so I'm going to set these to the side. I plan on putting the printers here and having both photo booths side by side. I'm going to be testing out the flash. I'm going to be answering questions regarding flashes and things like that. So I can see you guys here. You guys can actually see yourselves on my big screen TV. So I'll be able to answer questions that you guys are posting right here. But just be patient with me because as I'm answering you guys' questions, I'm also going to be setting up and prepping. So just know that I will do my very, very best to answer your questions as those questions start coming in. I'm going to go ahead and increase the height on my tripod right here because I did get taller a few days ago. I grew like 2 inches because I've been standing on my wallet. So that was corny. So let me see how. Yeah, I actually can lower it a little bit if I wanted to. I was lying about the whole 2 inches. So let me just lower a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, we should be able to get good clearance right here. All right, so what I'll do is I'll get started actually with the first booth. And so you guys sometimes see people that are selling booths and it shows them picking up the case and putting it in the car like the booth doesn't weigh anything. And I always think like it's all about honesty and transparency. So this is me picking up the booth and it actually has Mr. Professional in here, the whole entire thing. And I'm not super strong, but look at this is just me kind of carrying the booth. Went from a flight case to a luggage case. And so for those people out there selling booths, keep it real. All right, just keep it real. Come on now. So what I like doing is I'll keep it in here. I'll have a sticker that says face up. as soon as I get to the event, or my photo booth director gets to the event, they'll go ahead and open it. Now, this right now is missing the faceplate. I was doing some work in the garage. I'm going to go ahead and add the faceplate in a little bit. But what the first thing that I do is I got these on Amazon. These are foams. The first thing I'll do is I'll pull out the foam and I'll rest it on the ground, the grass, the concrete, the carpet, whatever it is. And I'll take out Mr. Professional and I'll place it down right on the actual foam, and it doesn't get scratched up, right? So that's one thing I enjoy doing. Why? Because I'm protecting my investment. So I'll leave the head right there, and then I have this blanket, right, as backup. I love it because it takes care of everything. It doesn't get scratched. And the next thing I'll be doing is I'll go ahead and open up the next layer, take this foam because I don't want, the metals scratching, right? So I can actually use this as a surface to place my pillars on this foam. Once again, I don't want to scratch my beautiful brand new booth, right? So I'll put these on the side, and then here's the base. The base can touch the ground all day. Now, I want you guys to see, because this question comes up a lot, is this base actually has these legs that create a clearance between the ground so you can actually run your cable and you won't be pinching your cable. And then, let me see, you guys have any questions yet? I'm going to keep an eye on the chat just in case anyone has questions that's curious about the photo booth industry. So at this point, I can start putting some of these things back right into my luggage here. And I'll start off with the pillar that has a flat base right here. I'll go ahead and put it down right here. All right. Now, like I said earlier, guys, the 2025, also known as the second generation, you no longer need tools. So all you have to do is twist this just like this. So that's me right there. I just did the first pillar nice and tight. It's complete. The second thing is, of course, the second pillar, and this is the shape. This shape goes in here. So it assures that you're going to get it nice and flush. You want to make sure that this is nice and flush right here. So it's already coming alive. Of course, I'm talking and I'm working. I can go much faster, but I'm trying to put emphasis on everything that I'm doing. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and just twist the knobs until there's a little bit of a resistance, which means we don't need to twist anymore. So once again, you're not going to need that tool. You need it on the first generation. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this like that. And that's complete. Now, the third step is actually putting the head right over here. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to carry the head, which is extremely light, and then I'm going to go ahead and place it right on this pillar like this. And we are going. All right. I was training my photo booth attendants on this specific one. So I actually got to go find the knobs. There's 2 knobs that are missing that I got to use to fasten this. I'm going to go grab those knobs, and I'm going to go grab a faceplate. And so we got Jose, we got Michael, we got Nene. I'll go ahead and get your questions right now. Let me go grab the faceplate. Let me also grab a couple more things, but we're going to keep moving forward, okay? One step at a time. After that, okay, and I'm gonna need the WMP plus. Okay, I'm gonna get the faceplate. Good. Where are my 2? That's my faceplate. Got that. Got this. I really need to figure out where those girls place those knobs. These girls is killing me. I forgot what the ladies left those knobs at. Okay. Guess not. Probably. Are they in here? Inside of this baggie? Yeah. Jackpot, baby! All right. Let's get back to the scene. All right, so I brought the faceplate. I also brought the WCM Plus, and I brought the power bank that's connected to the WCM Plus. This is basically an amplifier to strengthen the signal. So I just got it. I haven't really tested it, so I don't have feedback for you guys yet that's built off of like statistics, like how many events did I go to without losing any type of signal. And so this is going to be a great opportunity because 3 of the events that we have coming up, there's one in particular where we're going to be inside of the Disney resort. And because we're going to be inside of the Disney resort, I expect there to be a lot of frequencies because, there's a ton of stuff going on. So that'll be the perfect place to really test that extender. By the way, this is the faceplate. I keep a 13-inch iPad in here. Please tell me there's battery in this bad boy. Is there? Oh, there's no battery in this iPad. Jeez. Okay. Well, that's what we're doing. We're prepping. And so this will house a 12.9 in order to house a 13-inch iPad Pro or iPad Air. So we've made these a lot more dynamic and versatile. So I'm going to go ahead and take those 4 little knobs and connect them right here. And I have these things that I'm going to be using. So I'll go ahead and read your questions now. We got some questions that came up. And let me get to those. I also want to make sure that I have my Acuses sticking out right here. Let's see. Where you at? There you are. Put this right here. Okay, let's see. Let's go to the questions here. Jose's repping Las Vegas, out from Las Vegas. Same time zone. We got Nana writes, did you get rid of the Cold Sparks because you didn't want to pay the insurance or because of the certain rules in California? I don't have a problem paying the insurance. I just hear what was happening in California is not only do you have to get your pyrotech license, but for every single event, you need to get permission for every single event, plus you need insurance. And that's the reason why I ended up selling my Cold Sparks, because I thought at that point, it's all about profit. Business is going to be all about profit. So I just figured like they were making us jump through hoops. Once again, to get your pyrotech license, get the whatever city you're going to be hosting, right? Whatever city that was, you needed to get a permit for that specific city. And then on top of that, of course, you got to get insurance. So what does this mean? What did I learn? I learned that if you really want to do it and you acquire all the paperwork for every single event, then you won't really have a lot of competition, which means you can go out there with Cold Sparks and charge a good amount of money because there's no one else that's willing to go through the paperwork and all of those the processes to get that. So what does that mean? There's an opportunity for someone within like a 10-mile radius to be the primary Cold Spark, I guess you can say, provider and a certain mile radius. So notice how I see it, guys, as an opportunity and not just so much as like a letdown or a challenge, because it's about what people won't do that you're willing to do that you can bank on. So to answer your question, Nene, that's the reason I don't do it, because I have my energy fixated way more on the booths. And this is actually something that I enjoy doing. Don't get me wrong. If you guys want to do the Cold Sparks and want to go through all of that, it's perfectly fine. It's just about what you want to do with your life. And this is what I decided to do with my life, is pour more of my time into these photo booths, because photo booths get booked out more than the Cold Sparks, I guess, to a degree, right? It depends how much you're providing services. I'm going to take these 2 knobs and I'm going to go ahead and fasten Mr. Professional onto the body, and then we're going to get rolling. So that was a good question, by the way. If you guys want to continue posting some more questions, please do so. I got to make sure all my power banks too have enough power. So as some of you guys probably know, I have 7 events this week, and then these are long events. Some of these are like 5-hour events, and so these events are actually leaving some pretty good money, and not just that, but they're also providing opportunities for my team. And so that's the beauty of it, is that your decisions and your hard work not only helps you, but it also helps other people. Like, I'm bringing, how many people am I bringing on Saturday? I'm bringing four people on. So that just means that my company was able to help 4 people generate an income. And I think that's more of a flex than anything, because it's not about how much money I can make for myself, but how much can I actually contribute to society through my business. And so that means that I can actually bring people in the business to make money, and we can make money together. So I think that that's pretty cool. So I'm feeding the cable now all the way down. And once I feed the cable all the way down, what I usually do is I'll tilt the booth like this, and then I'll pull the cable right to the bottom. It comes out just like this, right? So now that I have the cable, I can connect it to the power bank as soon as I go find the power bank. So I'm not really trying to speed through this, because I know that I'm going to go back to the screen and answer you guys' questions. Uh, and I don't want to, like I said, I want to make sure I test these out to the best of my ability. So go ahead and continue posting your questions, guys. I'm going to dedicate my night here to my clients and to my audience. So you guys are my audience, and right now I'm prepping for my clients. So what does that also mean to me? It means that when you guys are charging $150 an hour, or let's say $300 for 2 hours, remember, guys, look at the work that I'm doing right now. This is something that you have to factor in, because this is time away where you can be on your Google Analytics looking at your campaigns. This is time you can actually be spending with a loved one. So basically it's the cost of opportunity. What are you doing with your life? Your life is way too short. So what are you going to be doing with your life? And me, I decided at the later age of 30 that being a creator is exactly what we're all designed to do. We're here to create and experience life. Create and then experience life. We experience life through others' creations, whether it's a building that we walked in and there was an engineer that that did the whole foundation for that building, or a roller coaster that a team put together, and we get to experience that roller coaster. That was their creation. A book that we picked up and that we're reading that someone else created. So we're experiencing the world through their eyes as they became, a writer, a creator, a book, a storyteller. So ask yourself, what do you want to do with your life? And if you're stuck at a 9 to 5, let's take Jose, for example. He was stuck at a 9 to 5 working at a bank, and then he went full time as a production company. So big ups to Jose. So we have YouTube fan says, you need a pyro license and a county fire marshal permit. Most companies don't have it. You can charge big money. Exactly my point. So if you guys want to do that, then go for it. And just know that you guys can actually get cold sparks nowadays at a very low price, because manufacturers have found out that California and some other states in the United States have really regulated the cold sparks. So what does that mean? That means that they probably had a lot of manufactured goods already, but the demand is low and the supply is high, which means you can actually get them at a better price. So if you guys thought about making some easy money, believe me when I say that the cold sparks is easy money. I remember going to an event for about an hour, 1 hour, but then 2 hours total just to hang out for a little bit. And then I was out and I made $400. Easiest setup, ran 4 cold sparkler machines for about 3 minutes, and boom, you're paid. It's freaking amazing. So like I said, guys, there's always going to be opportunity. It's just about how you see things. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm pulling out the base, and now I'm going to set one of the printers right here. We're going to have the RX1HS here. So if you guys have more questions coming up, let's see. Jose writes, David, do you keep the camera and the iPad inside of Mr. Professional? All day, all night, Jose. That's the beauty of it, that Mr. Professional will house the iPad, your Acasis, your camera, the dummy battery of the camera, your iPad inside of the head, which makes it crazy compact. And guess what? It's still at around 30 pounds total. That is crazy. So if you guys are shopping around for a DSLR photo booth, I think weight is a big deal, because, who wants to be hauling around heavy booths like some of these mirror booths? Not too many people, right? I mean, if you're into like fitness and everything, just get a gym membership. But if you want to make money, pack light and go far, you definitely want to get yourself a lighter booth. So just putting that out there. But yeah, go ahead and continue posting your questions, guys, because I'm busy doing my thing, but I figured this would be a good opportunity to keep going while multitasking. So this is going to be for, we'll go ahead and put the RX1 HS on this one. And so some of the things that I'm going to be doing right now that maybe you guys should consider for your team, if you guys are going to be expanding soon and bringing people on board, is right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how many prints are left for each printer. That way I know whether I need to include extra paper or just change the paper while I'm here, so that the photo booth director just focuses on the crowd and focuses on the actual people and doesn't have any downtime, taking about, I want to say, close to 5 minutes to change out the actual media on site. It's not fun because sometimes it happens and there's a ton of people in line. So now you have to still direct them to look at the lens and also press the button on the actual screen while you're on the sideline, like I am right now, opening the printer, removing the media kit, then replenishing it with the new one. So these are things that I think of, and I always think to myself, I always want to set up my photo booth directors up for success. And how do I do it? Well, just like what I'm doing right now, troubleshoot, making sure they have everything, making sure that their batteries are fully charged, making sure that the camera's functioning, giving them additional spare parts just in case something just malfunctions. One of the things that I consider you guys do is always keep extra data cables, keep an extra Type-C hub just in case one stops transmitting and receiving. Those don't cost too much. Another big one that I feel like should be always part of your backup is take an extra bulb for your flash head. Buy an extra bulb in case that bulb gives out one day. If you're in a situation where your flash stopped working, the cool part is that this LED light right here, you can just turn it up to its full brightness, still keep the ISO low, and still capture photos using just this flash alone with your Canon R100 that's inside of Mr. Professional. So this is me setting up the RX1 HS. Not the lightest printer, but damn, is it a workhorse. And once again, guys, I graduated, like I still have the flight cases for all this, but like I said, I want to make everything smooth and light. And so this is what I ended up doing. Like when I bought this to go to the London Expo, I told myself, I have a purpose for you. I'm going to repurpose you. And so this is the one that holds the RX1 HS. I even wrote it on there just to make sure everything's labeled and the photo booth director doesn't take the wrong case. Do you guys have any more questions? Anyone else posted any other questions? Oh yeah, thanks for the likes. I appreciate the likes. I'm a sucker for likes, you know, because nobody likes ugly people. But I figured I'd be like an ugly, informative guy, so I can get some of the likes. So we have 16 entrepreneurs watching my channel right now. If you guys want to show me some love, if you guys want to just hit that like button really quick, that would be pretty cool. I would really appreciate that. If not, just keep watching. Maybe I'll say something that you like, and then you can help me with the like. So thank you so much. And let's go ahead and go back to the questions. So Jose asked me earlier about if I kept the iPad and the camera inside Mr. Professional. The answer is a fat yes, indeed. We got a YouTube fan. He says, will you make a video or a paid service to set up Google Ads? I've had that request so much this year, and the answer is not yet. Not yet, because the Google campaign ads, the algorithm, the way things work, they always keep changing. So just when you think you fine-tuned your ads, just when you think you found the perfect headline and came up with the greatest description and you have the perfect times of when you're going to bid the most for what day and what city you're going to, it's like constantly changing. So it's data that you have to continue to revise on a weekly basis. In the very beginning, you want to do it on a daily basis, especially if you're spending a lot of money, because when it comes to Google Ads, the more money you spend, of course, the more eyeballs you get, the more traffic you get, the more impressions you get, the more clicks. So that means you get more data. So you have to take advantage of the money you're spending and use that data to make those revisions on those Google Ads. Right now, I'm spending over $1,500 a month on Google Ads, but events are coming in. It's at a point now where my cost per click isn't very high because things are optimized. So that is a good question. And it would be really cool if I created like a course to get the foundation down so that you guys can understand how to run Google Ads, because it's become, I like to say my point of view right now, and that's that the photo booth industry has become pretty competitive because a lot of people have realized it's very easy to get in. Okay, this booth is like, I think $2,300, right? And when I light it up and set it all up, it's a gorgeous booth. And wherever you go, you're gonna get compliments on this booth. That's guaranteed. And all of a sudden, you can make that money back within a month. Now, people that sell booths will tell you you can make it much faster. I don't like putting, I don't like selling the hype, right? That's one thing you know about me. Like I'll give it to you raw and I'll be very transparent. Some people can make their money way faster than within a month because it's about where you live, your demographics. Also, sometimes it helps to actually know how to market a little bit. There's going to be other people that come into the game and they probably bought a 360 booth used. They got a great deal on it, but everybody and their grandma is offering the 360 booth experience. So that's the part that's challenging, because now everyone within a 25-mile radius that's also doing Google Ads is bidding on the same exact keyword you are, which is photo booth rental. So what happens now is you're bidding against people down the street from you on that keyword, photo booth rental, and now it's become more competitive where you have to pay you have to bid higher for that keyword so that you can come up at the very top of the list on the Google search engine. So this is what I mean, that everyone is in a unique situation. But I learned as a small fry, my mama always said, the sun comes out and it shines on everybody. So just do what you're passionate about. Don't call it quits too early. Keep pushing, guys. I've had slow months. I think it it happens, and it messes with your mind a little bit because you're thinking like, what happened? Like, why is it so quiet? But it's a great opportunity for you to look at your inventory, to make revisions, to go on your website, to reconnect with clients, to focus on your emails and your automations. It's a perfect time for you to really calibrate, because then it starts picking up again. And now you can run a lot more efficient because of the changes you made when you were on the slower season. And now you realize, wow, now that I'm optimized, I'm taking more events and it's not requiring as much work. So thank you for hitting the like button, by the way. So what I'm doing for those who are joining right now, I'm setting up 2 Mr. Professionals right now. We have 7 events this week. I'm going to set up 2 printers. We're going to do prints. We're going to go ahead and test the software, photos. I'm doing all this tonight because I'm actually taking on a 360 event tomorrow early in the day. I'm going to say what company, but I'm not going to be able to post any of their content. So I was told not to post any other content, whether it was content I captured with my phone or my camera. Bottom line is they don't want me to post any. So I'm doing an event for Louis Vuitton. And so I have to do this because I myself will be going to that event. I'm going to be handling the 360 booth. I'm doing this event myself. It's a 4-hour event. It's going to be split in 2 hours and 2 hours. I'm doing this event because my photo booth directors, some of them are taking finals. They're college students, and some of them have like a morning job. So I'm still on the grind. I'm still out in the field, and I'm just like you. I'm just continuously building my business day by day. Okay. So I'm in the struggle with you. So it is what it is. Before I go to the garage and get the second booth and get some more parts, I'm going to go ahead and come back to the chat right here and answer some of your questions. Okay. So give me a few seconds. I'm talking a lot like I usually do, but I do need some water because I didn't think I was going to make this video tonight. I was just kind of tugged from, I always say the universe speaks to me. And so this is what I'm doing now. Okay, let's see. All right. So Jose, I can set up the booth. So Jose wrote that I assembled the booth pretty fast in 10 minutes. I can do it in about 3 or maybe 4 minutes, Jose, if I went at full speed. And Doña111 writes, what's your favorite photo booth software right now? I enjoy using Snapic and I like using booth.events. I like those 2 softwares right now. 360 Snapic is, I want to say, the Titan, the champion when it comes to 360 booth softwares. That's for sure. Jose writes, I'm I will be using Mr. Professional wireless flash. Yeah, so I'm going to be testing both of those tonight, Jose. I'm going to be testing the wired flash and a wireless flash. We have Thunder 360. Let's get it, David. Yes, sir. Let's get it, Ivan. So, yes, Ivan, we'll go ahead and connect after the holiday season. We're going to bring you on the channel and we're going to go ahead and do a podcast together with Ivan. Ivan is a young entrepreneur. He owns a photo booth rental business here in Anaheim. So, definitely want to get Ivan on a podcast. We have YouTube fan who writes, please make the Google Ads course. Well, my time is money. Okay, let's be perfectly honest. Time is money, guys. And at my age, I've become a lot more valuable because I've worked on my portfolio. I worked on myself. So if I slow down my life and I really dive into a course, you know me, I'm going to want to make something that's really going to help you and is easy to understand, just like all the tutorials that I made in the past. But if you guys want a course, let it be known. You guys know the YouTube channel. Let me know you guys want that course, and I'll focus on putting a course together. And hopefully I don't mess up the market though. Because think about it, if I made a course and I made it too affordable, and then everyone started running ads, what's going to happen? I'll give you guys 2 seconds to think about it. That's right. Everyone is going to be doing the same thing you're doing, and we're going to compete even more for those keywords when it comes to bidding. And who's the real winner at the end of the day? Google is taking all of our money. So just know that I think like, how are my actions going to affect not only me, but the community? So that's something that I put some thought into. You agree? All right, cool. Let's see. What are the questions we got? All things Los Angeles, welcome to the channel. They write, what case did you use? So both the printer and the booth come with the flight case, a very durable, long-lasting, tough case. I still have those in my closet in my storage, but now I'm using like regular luggage you would actually use for your to travel, because the wheels are crazy smooth. It's a total of 4 wheels if you think about it, and they still have a hard shell, and they do perfectly. Like I love traveling with these. So the reason I switched over to these unofficial luggage cases, this one holds Mr. Professional, is because like, look at that, it's crazy light. So it made the life of my photo booth directors much easier, including me, because every now and then you still get me out there doing photo booth events. Okay. If you guys want the links to the particular cases I'm using, I'll go ahead and do that for you. I just have to find exactly my orders to make sure I give you the accurate one. So, and by the way, guys, these weren't very expensive. These are actually by Amazon. So I got a good deal on this one. And then I have another one that houses the printer stand for the 620A. And the one that houses the RX1HS is over there. I got that one at Marshall's. Let's see here. That's a good question, by the way. What else we got? We got Thunder 360 booth rights. Corporates have been asking to not share any photos or videos. Hey, man, good to know. I guess it makes sense because corporations are well known and they've invested lots and lots of money on branding and marketing. So for a vendor to come into their place and use their actual brand to get more recognition as a vendor, I think these corporate accounts are thinking like, wait a minute, we hired you guys, so consider this a private event. We don't want you to be using our name to give yourself the marketing recognition and help you bolster your profits, because we paid you to come out here and capture our moments. So that makes sense, Ivan, if you think about it from a corporate point of view, right? All right, let's see. What are the questions we got here? Jose, what case did you use? YouTube fan writes, would you consider renting flower walls? Not right now, but it goes back to what I said earlier. If you guys feel like you guys want to niche it down and focus on one specific aspect and be known for that, earlier we talked about the cold sparks, then maybe consider doing the flower wall. Right now, I have other missions that I'm on, so I wouldn't do it myself, but it's not a bad idea. Maybe you can make some extra income. If you're using the flower walls, first of all, they're not heavy, but I'm just wondering how bulky they would be as far as when it comes to folding them. I don't know. I don't own any flower walls, but that's a solid question. We have another question from YouTube fan. Which DMP media do you recommend the most? I saw you recommend the Silver Pearl. I use the Silver Pearl for, I guess you would call it like events where they want that metallic, beautiful appeal. And the 620A is a perfect printer for that. Now, for the rest of the actual events, I use standard media, both on the RX1HS and the 620A. Okay, so just let that be known. And also, guys, if you have a client that wants a strip, it's not a good idea to use pearl metallic because the photo is very small and the pearl metallic has this beautiful gleam to it that the picture's so small you won't see the detail. However, when it comes to the full 4x6, whether it's landscape or portrait mode, the pearl silver metallic looks gorgeous. All right, let's get to some more questions, right? Hey, thanks for hitting the like button, guys. That's the reciprocation of positivity is what I think. Okay, so thank you for the like. Thank you for hitting the one. Oh man, I thought someone was donating a bunch of $100 right up here. I see like a bunch of hundreds going up. So I thought people were sending tips. Before, when I used to go on lives, people would send me tips. I was thinking like, what the heck? I didn't expect $6.25 today. So that was pretty badass. Thank you, by the way, for everyone who did that in the past. Let's see. Let's look at some more questions here. I'm not skipping any questions. I'm going in the same order they're coming in. So we have Interpoly 1086 who writes, how is the cost of for Snapic? Go online and check that out really quick. See what their latest pricing is. I already paid in advance a whole year, so I haven't visited their plans. If you do want 10% off, go to the description of any video and you'll get 10% off when you use my affiliate link for Snapic. So you get 10% off using that link. Just a heads up. And then we have All Things Los Angeles that writes, what size luggage is a black one? This is amazing. You are the man. Like I said earlier, what I'll do is I'll make sure that I provide those links to this specific video so that you guys can buy this one here. Because off the top of my head, I don't remember I think this is 28 inches high. Is it 28? Yeah, I don't want to give you guys false information. So give me some time to get that out of my Amazon cart onto the description here, okay? It says, Jose writes, David, do you have your iPad with internet services? If you do, why? So sometimes, yes, by the way, my iPads do have internet service. And the reason why is because sometimes the photo booth attendant is out there doing just digital. And so if it's digital and you don't need a printer and your iPad has cellular data, then you don't have to worry about anything. Like you could just open up the software, send a text message, send it via email. You have data on that iPad, and that's nice. You don't have to worry about a mobile hotspot or the venue's address. You have your cellular data, so that comes in handy in a situation like that. Okay. Let's see. YouTube fan writes, did you design your own website? If not, how much should I expect to pay? So I designed all of my websites, and it's not cheap because it takes up a lot of my time. Because I'm not an expert at it. So because I'm not very efficient. So it takes me a very long time to do part by piece, by image, by like paragraph, moving it to the side and just making it appealing. All right. Thunder 360 Ivan writes, David's always nice seeing you. Gotta go. I have 6 events this week. Damn, have to prep like you. Congratulations, bro. Cool. All right. Now I got to bring more parts into the living room because I want to get some good sleep for the 4-hour event I have tomorrow. Like I said, I won't be capturing videos and I can't share the content with you guys, but I landed an event with Louis Vuitton, casually called me, left me a voicemail, of course, because I need to do a better job at answering my phone. And they said, yakety smackety, this is blank blank from Louis Vuitton. I was like, Skrr! Louis Vuitton? Imagine, guys, I leave the event Louis Vuitton with one of these and Louis Vuitton design. I'll be back. Let me go get the rest of the printers and the rest of the cases and the rest. By the way, for you guys that are watching, there's 16 people watching at this moment. If you guys have questions, go ahead and post your questions because this is the moment to ask as many questions as you want. I don't have the one-on-one consultations like I used to back in the day. It was like $200 per hour, and we would do a Zoom call and cover all your questions. I don't have time right now in my plan to do that because I'm doing coaching calls for folks who buy Mr. Professional, and I'll go over any things that they need help with in case it hit any speed bumps. And then plus I have the rental side as well that keeps me crazy busy, plus the content creation, the editing. And at the end of the day, also, I love to have a little bit of peace and maybe go see like the sunset and get away from technology. You know, I'm going to go grab the printer and the flight case and the flash and the power banks, which I'll be more than happy to cover power banks with you guys. Man, these power banks are badass. I love these power banks. Let's see. So walk over. By the way, guys, I bought another 360 booth, and this new 360 booth has 2 LED strips, and it has this crazy durable solid arm with like kind of like a new tech to it. I just picked that booth up about a week ago, and I already took it to 2 events. It caught me by surprise. I have to share a story of what happened. So I'm going to be using the EcoFlow. Okay, this one right here. So we'll use this one for Mr. Professional, side by side. And then we'll use, I don't know how to pronounce this, the Bluty, the beautiful booty. Yeah, you like that? Okay. We'll use this one for both printers. I'll put it right over here. I got to go grab more stuff, so I'm going to need, let's go ahead. Yeah, I'm going to need an umbrella. I need everything. By the way, here's the other. This is the 620A. So remember I was telling you guys that I'm able to pull up to the event like this with my printer here and then my Mr. Professional right here. So it's a pretty dope setup. So this would be cool if this was the case. But the thing is, when people are transporting goods on an airplane, they're very hard. Like no one cares about being careful. So these are things that I actually bought on Amazon. Super smooth. Love it. Go ahead and open it up. Let's see what we got. Let's see. I'll go ahead and move this so you guys can get a better view. Can you guys see it pretty good? Yeah, you guys can see pretty good. So I'll take these straps off. I like putting cushions in between everything so that the metal doesn't rub up against one another. So this is the, oh, by the way, there's what's his name? I think it was Anthony. I need to get measurements for Anthony. I think he has a DS40, and he wanted to know if the 620A dimensions would work for his printer. So I got to get him dimensions on that. So here is one of the pillars. I'm going to rest it on top of the foam. These foams, like I said, I got on Amazon. These foams are like an inch thick, so it's perfect. And then we're getting closer to the stand, okay, the base. Now I can just close this up, then set it to the side for now. Take care of that a little later. All right, let's go ahead and get this going. Now the printer pillars, these are ones that I ordered in the past. These are models that I was testing. So the ones that usually come with the printer stand, those are the ones that you have to screw on with a T-tool, which isn't bad because it's only one pillar. So that's all it took. And now I just got to put on this base. Then I got to find the power cord so that I can have both of these connected to the power bank. Where are my screws? and then I'll go ahead and get to the chat and answer any questions within the chat. Just got to remember where I left my bag that had the screws for the printer. Why am I so forgetful sometimes? It was just where did I put it? I leave it in here. Yeah, left it in here. All right, let's get back to the questions here. Thank you for the likes, man. Appreciate you. All right, next question is, where are we at? Did you, David, read casually? Just casually, yeah. So there's a Louis Vuitton. That's a cool client. I think this year the biggest clients of mine have been Cal Spas has been a big one. Amada has been one. One of the branches from Amazon. Those are pretty big ones. What other ones? What other big company events do we get? Other ones are like construction and engineering companies. We have Bournes. They're pretty huge. They've been around for 15 years. So I talked to the owner, who's like an older white man, and I tried to pick his brain a little bit, and he told me it's all about the culture. Well, okay, thanks. So let's go back to some questions real quick here, guys. It says, what is your most booked package, digital or digital with prints, photo booth? How many hours? The most popular for me, guys, is a combination of the 360 booth and prints. People want prints. Here's what I don't understand. We go do prints. And then usually you see the prints on a table by themselves. Like, people don't even take their prints home with them. So that doesn't make any sense to me. But then again, I don't know. Like, I guess the people who book are like the idea of the print, the memento, and some people do take them. But then, like I said, there's been plenty of times where like the event is over and we're packing up, and people left their photo behind. So this is it. We got paid. It's totally fine. But it just, to me, sometimes some things just don't make sense. Let me go get the rest of the thing. So I'm going to bring both printers. The RX1HS is definitely on the bulkier. It's heavier. I'm going to need a power cord for the 620A. I'm going to come right back. Go ahead, guys. Post your question on the chat, and I'm going to address it as best as possible. Okay. So right over there, we're going to need a flash head. We're going to need an umbrella. And do you remember where you left the umbrella, bro? Nah, man, I thought you knew where it was at. You always blame me for everything. Oh, what do you mean? Yeah, you're the one that put it away last. Oh yeah, well, I thought you make a mental note where we placed it last. All right, well, act cool, okay? Because we're about to get in front of the camera. We can't be arguing with one another. All right, we're a team. All right, well, I'm just saying, chickadee, check yourself before you wreck yourself, bro. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back. So here is the 620A. Hey, what? I learned that from Doña. She's from Jordan. She's Jordanian. And Awa means, I think, oh no, never mind. That's yellow. Shit, I forgot. Never mind. I don't know anything when it comes to the language besides shukran means thank you. And then yellow means let's roll, let's go. What does Awa mean again? Doña, you still watching? Doña, what does Awa mean? Okay, I got one printer, but I can't put the printer on top of this just yet because I need to feed the cable through right here. And then I'm going to bring the RX H1S, and now I can put it on here. And then we can put the WCM Plus right here. I'll still be able to see the chat here. So do we have any new questions before I walk away to the garage? Let's see. How much should the 4x6 sleeves be for an add-on? All things Los Angeles, that's going to be entirely up to you. I always tell people, don't worry about how much money other people are charging, and always think about how much money you feel comfortable making going out. And then after that, when you start getting consistent events instead of raising your price as high as possible to see how much money you can go out before you walk out of your door, instead start thinking of who can I bring into the business so that can work events for me and I can actually start building a company instead of just being a hustler. So all things Los Angeles, I would say whatever you feel is good for your company, charge accordingly, and be mindful of who else is providing these services, and just remain competitive, remain consistent. Okay, so I can't tell you exactly how much you charge. Every state is going to be different, believe it or not. One city within like 10 miles from another city, the demographics would change drastically. So let's keep that in mind as well. Um, see, DT Lewis is in the house. They wrote Snapic doesn't really seem like a business starter friendly program. You know, it's interesting you say that. When I first started, I didn't use Snapic, and I didn't want to use Snapic because when I went into it, I was like, whoa, there's too much going on here. Like, I don't want to learn another software. It took me months, finally learned Snapic software. And the reason it feels intimidating is because there are a ton of options, and those ton of options you can later take advantage of, because now you're more an advanced photo booth business that can use some of their marketing tactics. You can use their microsite. You can use their hyperlinks within everything you send out. So there's a lot that Snapic offers that a lot of people don't take advantage of. But yeah, DT Lewis, in the beginning for me, Snapic was also kind of like it didn't seem user friendly because of the amount of settings and tools you have. What? Hold on, guys. Just I don't have a dog or a cat, but my daughter, when she graduated, she left me with her bird Rosie, and Rosie is very bipolar, but she needs a little bit of loving, so she's gonna try to fly right now. Every time I take her out, let's see. Hold on, wait. Okay, wait. Okay. Yeah, so that's Rosie for you. Let me go get some cables, and I'll come back to your guys' questions. Now, we have that over there. So what else should we take? Did we say we're gonna need a power cord? Yeah, we're gonna need a power cord for the printer, and we're gonna need also. No, we're not gonna need props, dude. What do you mean? No. There's absolutely no reason why we need to take props right now. We're presenting. You don't need props. Why are you so childish? You mean childish? Yeah, dude. We need to talk about props. We're live right now. I want to take props. Hey, man, don't make fun of me. I'm a kid at heart. You're the reason why we are still young. Okay, Mr. Businessman. Since when did you become a businessman that can't have any fun, that you can't even use props during a live stream? Well, because, dude, I got my hands full. And first of all, how are we gonna move this box over this existing Mr. Professional? Now your car is in the way. You didn't really plan this out, huh? No, not really. I usually don't plan my lives. I just hit the button and I go. Well, you're definitely gonna need to carry that box. Maybe bear hug it. All right, I'll bear hug it. Yeah, so we're definitely getting another luggage style of flight case, because this right here, bros, it's like, if you're gonna be carrying this often, you might well just cancel your gym membership, because this is like you're squatting 60 pounds. Okay. All right. Okay. Come on. Push it. There you go, you big fella. I'm so proud of you, man. Why? Look at how much you've accomplished. What? It's I do it, no problem. I do it. It's no problem. Just keep. Hey, what's up, guys? So we're back. We have the flight case here, the old school flight case. This thing right here, you can hide in it. And if we have like a nuclear bomb or any type of bomb drop, and you're inside of this, you're probably gonna survive. So I know that I'm gonna survive because I have a few of these. If you guys want to survive and you want to buy a flight case, hit me up. Give it to you for the low. Sonny Ghetto, my friend. Let's go ahead and take out Mr. Professional. We're going to move you to the side, sir. Sir, to the side, please. Don't tell me what to do. I'll move this to the side. Then I'm going to peek at the big screen right now and take a look at your guys' question. This is the longest live I have ever done. Guys, we hit a record today. What do? We take out the phone, we rest it down so that we can put Mr. Professional's head right on top of it so we don't scratch this beautiful, beautiful booth. Let's see what we got. We got more questions. Let me see. We got BXL visuals. Have you ever messed up at an event? If so, how did you handle it? How did I mess up at an event? Oh yeah, one time I was at this wedding and I was hype, doing my thing. Go ahead, hit this. Yeah, yeah. And then one of the girls looked at the screen. She's like, "Wait a minute, my friend's name only has one L." I was like, "Oh." And so the template that I created, it was approved by the client, but I think I remember I think I had an extra L in her name, and this was the beginning, so that people had already taken the photo, like maybe 5 groups, maybe less. But yeah, that was one of the times I messed up. So I always take my laptop with me, and guess what happened? On the day that I don't take my laptop with me, I need to fix that overlay, and this was on Snapic. So what I ended up doing was I called. Who I called? I called my sister who was at home. Was it my sister? I called someone. I gave them my username and my password, and I didn't even remember my password. So the photo booth right now, it was on hold because we didn't want to create more memories with the wrong template. And so that was the time that I messed up. So within like 10 minutes, but it was the longest 10 minutes in my life, because what do you tell the people? Hold on, I didn't spell something correctly, but I'm a professional. But I had to make it to the spelling bee. Give me 1 sec. Janelle with the double L. And so, anyways, that was one of the times that I messed up. And sheesh, man, you would think something so small is like no biggie, but the line was accumulating, and I needed to update that template. However, it was a headache. What I learned from this is, if you have an iPad, take an iPad with you. You can access Snapic from your iPad and Canva. You can also access Canva from your phone. But it's nice to take your laptop or an extra iPad to the event, just in case you guys either misspell something or you notice something within the 360 video that looks like it's off. Take that with you. This is why it's so important as you start growing a team. It's good for you not to go do an event and have your team members doing an event, because then who's left for dispatch? You can't help them while you're at an event because you can't break away from what you're doing. Plus, the DJ's music is probably going to be loud where you can't hear them and they can't hear you. So when you guys start scaling, there always has to be one person left behind as dispatch to be there to provide support. If someone forgot a part, they can drive to that event, haul ass, get to that event and save the event. So it's always good to keep one person as kind of like, what do you call those people? I forgot what you call them. Like a runner-up, basically. I think it's considered a first stream. I think I'm not really into sports. I like playing sports, but yeah. So that happened to me. That really, really happened to me. So, let's see here. That was a good question. Really digging into Davis F-ups, right? Doña Ro, LOL. It means yes. Okay. Ewa means yes. So Jose writes, David, do you purchase the iPad with internet connection? Yes, I said yes earlier, Jose. And then what is the difference between the older Mr.Professional and the upgrade version? Jose, I have plenty of videos breaking that down. Another question by Jose. He says the power cable from the Mr.Professional on the nowhere does come out from the side. So Jose, watch this video again. You'll see how the cable comes out through the bottom of the side. I think you missed that, Jose. So I'm going to set up the second Mr.Professional. So pay attention, Jose. This one's for you, okay? Oh, but let me go ahead and get the cable for this, and then I'll go ahead and address the rest of your questions, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see here. This one's too long. That's what she said. But we'll use it. We work with it. We can work with it. So I want to go. I got cables and stuff all over my living space here, ladies and gentlemen. So watch me as I feed this cable down the pillar here, also called the esophagus. And as it comes out of its mouth right over here, we can go ahead and feed it to the Blue Eddy here power bank. So we're going to go ahead and just place it just like so. Like what? Like so. And that's it. Now we have enough here and here to feed it to the printers. Ladies, printers, please. Yes. Yes, sir. Well, let's go ahead and give them the printer. Give them what you want. Give them what you need. So here's a 620A, baby. We're going to go ahead and plug it to some power. Like this. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing with, oh man, I got to go lift weights again. Guys, I'm going to go grab the RX1HS that is a workhorse, but it's probably like almost twice the size of this beautiful 620A, which is the one that everyone has been ordering lately. That's by Mr. Professional. I want to say close to 90%, if not more, people usually buy the printer stand for the 620A. Wanted to give you that insight right there, just in case if you guys are on the sideline wondering what printer you guys should get. I'm walking into my 20,000 square foot garage. So I don't know if you guys can hear my voice echo in here. This place is huge. It looks like an Amazon warehouse. So just give me a second to get there, guys. Remember, I have short legs, so it takes me a while to travel from point A to point B. But look at what we got right here. We got the 620A. And A, this guy's out of breath. Look at this old man is out of breath. You know what I'm going to start doing for you guys? Okay, there's only 16 of you guys right now, so we're going to do this, right? You ready? Yeah. I bet you weren't ready for this. You ready? YouTube stream me at the OnlyFans. Yeah, David. Take it off, bro. All right, so I took off a layer of clothing. So do I get a like? Am I going to get a like? No? Nah. If I was a pretty girl, I'd probably get a like. I knew I wasn't going to get a like. So I'm going to go ahead and unzip the RX1HS DS220P 2.0 Extreme. Yeah. By the way, DMP, if you are watching this and you want to send me some testing gear, go ahead and send me like 6 of these 620As and I'll do a review on them, no problem. In the meantime, let's go ahead and connect the RX1HS. And then I'm going to take the power. We got 82%. I'm going to take a WCM Plus. I'm going to connect it to the 620A first right here. My life is all I have. My pen, my pencil, my pad. And then I'm going to connect this to the WCM Plus. Keep it on the hush. So that's getting power. From that point on, I'm going to go ahead and get my other WCM Plus. And I'm going to also connect it to the bateria. That way we can get some power for the bateria. Same thing. I'm going to connect I think this is called the USB Type 2, USB 2. I could be wrong. I'm going to connect it right here. And then I'm going to connect the WCM Plus to the bateria. Just like that, my friend. Yes. And then I'm going to connect the power cable from both printers onto this beautiful, luxurious, heavy-duty, high-performance power bank. So let's go ahead and connect you here. And we're going to connect you right here. And I'm ready for you guys' questions. If you guys want to keep them coming, I'm going to keep on gunning. And we're going to do this. We're going to do this all night long. So I'll go ahead and turn on the printer. You guys hear that? Oh, you guys hear that? The printer's just talking back. They're like, what up, G? Where you been? Yo, we don't never want to be collecting dust, homie. That's what the printer just told me right now. And I'll be like, all right. Where is the tray? Where's the tray for the 620A? I found it and I lost it. Anyways, So when you first fire up your printers, if it's a DMP product, you're gonna get something like this. Damn, look at the bokeh on this. You're gonna get something like this. So when this prints out, I want you guys to first scan this right here, the big one, and then scan the little one. And then right now it's telling me that the 620A has 182 left. That's a tough number because this means that I'm going to leave it as is, but I'm going to give our photo booth director extra media kit so that they can replenish it if they happen to run out. Okay. This bad boy over here, this RX1HS, this one we can do it all night long, baby. This one has 545 prints left. You can multiply that number by 2 if it's going to be an event where you're going to be, using 2x6s. So I want to put that out there. Okay. All right. So we got Mr. Jose. He wrote, "Can you show us the power cable?" Yeah, Jose, I already covered your question, Jose. I'm going to do it with this one over here, Jose. YouTube fan writes, "Do you sell the printer stands by themselves? I already have the DSLR booth." Yes, sir. If you go to the description on the YouTube channel, you're going to see that you can get yourself a printer stand and a printer cover by its lonesome, but it comes in a flight case because you got to protect your investment. So that comes included. And now it is time. Man, we're covering some ground today. We're going to cover some ground today. Okay. Putting the pillars on the foams. I don't want to scratch my babies. I remember I had a couple of photo booth attendants that kept scratching on my booths, and I said, "Y'all, you know what? That's it. You out of here." And I forgot to get my company shirts back from those guys. Well, actually, they didn't give them back to me. So that's not cool, but it's all right. Sometimes you give people chances and then you realize like they're not getting it. So this is the first generation Mr. Professional. So the first generation, we got to use this wonderful T tool. Let's go. So Jose was asking about like the differences. And so I have an actual video on some of the highlights and benefits of second generation. And right now, if you guys go on the website of making of this video, there are the prices right now. There are finally some promotional pricing going on for the holidays. Secure and is secure. Okay. Right on. Cool. All right. Any more questions popping up yet? We got a question from YouTube fan. I don't know if YouTube fan is a him or her, but I'm just going to say YouTube fan says, "Do you sell?" Oh, I already answered that question. All Things Los Angeles writes, "So the 2x6 always prints double." Roger that. That's absolutely true. Yep. So that's why a lot of people do 2x6s because they don't want to spend extra money on media kit. But I always tell the client, as fun and cool as they are, the quality on the 2x6 isn't that great because the photo's so small that you can't really see the actual like details. And I love capturing like full body photos. I love capturing details. So that's just me. But if you guys do like a high school event where there's going to be hundreds of kids and you want these to print out as fast as possible, the best option is 2x6 because every print is cut in half. So you can give Sally and Thomas, Jennifer and Eric their photo quite fast. Yeah, Davey, you're really killing it. Oh, by the way, guys, this video is sponsored by M&Ms, but not just any M&Ms. The wrapping M&Ms that now are integrated with almonds. All right. I needed some sugar, to be honest with you. That's why I went into that bag just now. It's not good for you, but they're really good. Okay. Once again, I'm taking these two knobs to hold the headpiece right in here. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do what you do best, bruh. Okay. Is homie on the side blocking you? Y'all don't work together. Y'all don't learn to coexist. Look at that, Mr. Professional. Got a homie. Damn. Damn, Gina. What are you doing right now? Screwing around. What do you mean? Putting a screw inside Mr. Professional. What do you think? We out here working. We got the haters lurking. We got the bad girls twerking. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, this one's for you, Jose. I'm going to feed the cable to the bottom. There's an opening in here. And so let's see if I can fish it and get it on the first try. Where's the cable? Okay, here it is. So I'm going to take the cable. I don't know if you guys can see me from that distance. Right now we're in a long distance relationship, you and I, okay? There's like maybe 15 yards between us. So I'm going to feed the cable to the bottom. You guys can probably hear it. And we're going to wait until it goes all the way to the bottom. Jose, watch this. I'm going to lean to the side like this. And I'm going to pull out the cable from the bottom. So I already fed it to the bottom. And now look at this. I'm feeding it. And I'm just pulling whatever extra wire I need. So I'm going to give myself that much. I think that should be okay for now. Now I'm going to connect my professionals to some power. David, do you have the power? Yeah, sponsored by G-O-D. All day, baby. All right, let's go ahead and connect it to the power. And let's go ahead and press this button. And these mother lovers are gonna come alive right now. There's Uncle Elroy up in this motherfucker. Let's see. Okay, that's coming alive. We're gonna go ahead and feed the flash cable to the tippity top, and you don't stop. David right here working around the clock. Everybody wanna come through and cock block. All right, I'm going to go back to the chat to see if anyone has any questions so I can address those questions because that's what we're doing. So that mind. Let's see, got this that's connected from the camera. That's going to go through the power. That's going to go through the flash. I'm going to leave that right there. Okay, we're not going to turn on the fans or anything. We got, oh, look at both of these Mr. Professionals is flashing, y'all. We got some questions. All right, great. Let's get some questions answered. Here we go. We got questions. The questions are, here we go. When I printed it, always gives me 2 copies. Figure that out, all things Los Angeles, with whatever software you are using. In fact, just let us know, everyone in the chat and everyone that's going to be watching this video in the near future, let us know what software you're using, you're having that issue with, because if someone reads this, they can probably help you out. I use Snapping and booth.events. And then all things Los Angeles also writes. I printed it always. Okay. YouTube fan writes, do you have a Cobb equipment insurance and employee theft insurance? I have insurance that covers everything. Dental injuries, not okay, no. I have insurance by Thimble. It takes care of equipment. It doesn't take care of iPads or iPhones. It also takes care of the property where I'm at as far as the event goes. And it also covers my assistants, like my workers. DT Lewis writes, I did another question above. Go ahead and hook me up with that, copy and paste, Lewis, if I didn't get to that question. I don't want to go over to the laptop and start scrolling. I want to make sure I try to I got to knock this out as fast as possible. It's getting late. YouTube fan, for ranking on number 1, Google search, what do you best recommend? Okay, what do I recommend is do a keyword research. Figure out the keyword that you want to rank for. Once you go on Google Keyword Planner, this is free. Google Keyword Planner is free. Type in that keyword you want to rank for. Now, when you are in the Google Keyword planner. This is free, by the way. You're going to put in that keyword, and it's going to tell you the search volume it gets around the world. So you want to go ahead and filter it and say, I'm just concerned of the search volume it's getting in this state or this city. So then it's going to give you the search volume. So it's going to give you how many searches it gets monthly. And then it's also going to tell you the competition level, whether it's low, high, or medium. And it's also going to tell you what the low bid is, like the average bid, and then the high, meaning if you were wanting to rank for that keyword, how difficult would it be and how much would it cost? So that's what you have to figure out. So if you guys are thinking of opening up a business in the future, always look into the keywords that are going to bring in the most traffic to your website, because that's what it's all about, baby. It's about keywords. And that's something I learned around the first year of my business. And that's why I created a website. And the domain was actually 360photoboothrental.net. And man, I had an SEO expert look at my website, and they were blown away by how much traffic the website was getting. This was a long time ago. Almost a year and a half ago. Ever since then, I changed a lot of things, and there's some things that I should have left the same alone. But, you know, like I said, guys, I'm not a huge expert. I just feel like I know a little bit more than the average person. Okay. Keep that right there. So that's one way to figure out how you can start ranking, is by first figuring out how competitive is this keyword. And therefore, if it's low competition, then all you have to do now is create a YouTube channel, use that keyword for the name of your YouTube channel, use a hashtag in your YouTube description with that keyword, go to your website, use that keyword, and every time you create a video, hashtag, keep using that keyword on Instagram, and all of a sudden the algorithm is going to start acknowledging it, and your sites and everything is going to get crawled. And then when things get indexed, you'll have more authority over that keyword because you're putting content out revolving around that keyword. Now, keep in mind that if you don't want to pay so much for the keyword as a broad keyword like photo booth rental, you can really narrow it down by, for example, using photo booth rental Las Vegas. So now it's a broader keyword. It's no longer it's more of a phrase match than an actual exact keyword or a broad keyword. I'm sorry, it's more of a phrase. So now when it comes to phrase, broad and exact, you have to figure out what the brackets mean, what the hyphens mean, and what the word means just left out in the open. Figure that out too. And there's plenty of YouTube videos that are going to help you guys out with that. So I hope that helps right there. Who wrote that question? YouTube fan wrote that question. I hope that helps. Start there with Google Keyword Planner so you can see exactly how much you're going to be paying and bidding and competing for that keyword. That's important. I just realized, guys, my umbrellas are not going to fit side by side. But you know what? I got a good idea. I'm going to bounce the flash off the ceiling so I don't have to use two umbrellas. David, you're such a genius. Nah, not a genius. I just put my hours in. You know what I'm saying? I put my hours in. I put in work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know what you're saying. What are the? Let's see what else we got. Okay, that's the last question we got on there. Right on. I feel like people are going to sleep, but I'm gonna continue hustling, baby. Gotta continue to hustle. People are counting on me. Really? You think so? I know so, man. Think about it. How many people are going to be at tomorrow's event? Over 200? Yeah. Well, they're counting on you to show up and put on a show, bro. Not just like half-ass it, but like they want you to go all out. They want you to rock the mic, bring the voice amplifier, bring the energy, help direct them, make the girls feel pretty, make the fellas look and feel good. That's your job as a photo booth director. Don't you ever forget that, bruh. All right, where did we put the flash head? Yeah, it was inside of a black bag. And then that black bag was did you put it in here? The black bag. Look, Dave, first, what you should do is you should get organized. Hey, I don't want to hear right now. Okay? Can't you see I'm multitasking? I know I got everything here spread apart, but what I'm missing is my black flash. Where's the flash? If I was a Explorer 600 flash head, where would I be chilling? If you were flash head or 600, where would we be chilling? Oh, duh! You were camouflaging on top of the wagon, black on black. All right, well, we're reunited, and that's what truly matters. All right, guys, I'll get to your questions in the chat. If you guys have some questions, your buddy's gonna answer them as best as possible. So I'm gonna switch this out. One of the Mr. Professionals, I'm using a MS 300V Godox. Those go for like 160, 300 watts. That's the very best deal you can get for a flash. It works really, really well. This next one I'm about to pull out is the Explorer 600. Okay, why you gotta say it like that? Because I'm sick with it. Where'd you get that from? The doctor. What do you mean? I went to the doctor and the doctor said I was sick with it. That's it? Yeah, well, what does that mean? I don't know. He said I was sick with it. I have ADHD. Yeah, it's okay. That's what keeps you going. That gives you an edge, remember? That's right. We the greatest. We the greatest. We the greatest ever did it. We the realest ever alive. David, can you reach? Shut up. All right, let's. Oh, what? Okay, we gotta hook this one to the power. We gotta give it the maximum power. Oh, snaps. We gotta give this one the maximum power. We got new questions come up yet, guys? We got some new questions. Let me see. Where we at? Do you recommend backlinks? I found that some of my competitors have links from other wedding sites, local chamber of commerce, and other vendor websites in the same city. That right there is something you definitely want to do. So when it comes to backlinks and SEO, there's something called on-page SEO and off-page SEO. I'm going to go ahead and cover the differences with you here in this video in hopes that it helps you in the future. On-page SEO is that everything that's on your actual website is search engine optimized. Your headlines, your paragraphs, your pages, your blogs, your vlogs, B for blogs and V for vlogs, both of them in your website. That's called on-page SEO. So the photos that you upload, the videos that you have on your website, you can create a description for those videos and those photos on the back end. That acts as SEO as well. That's on-page SEO. It's happening on your website. Then there's off-page SEO. That means that, like YouTube fan writes, he says backlinks. So those backlinks are coming from wedding sites. So if another website is promoting your website domain, that's considered an off-page SEO. So what you do sometimes is you hire a freelancer to do off-page SEO, and before you give them any of your money, you want to run an analysis on your website to see where you're currently at when it comes to those backlinks that are communicating back and forth saying, hey, this website here, this photo booth company is recommended, is suggested, has authority. So what you want to make sure, though, is before you pay any of these freelancers money, you want to run that analysis on your website first to make sure that you know where you stand at the given time, so that when they implement their services and then they run a scan again, whether it's a few weeks to a couple of months, you can see that now my website is ranking for this keyword, and it also has more domain authority for this specific keyword. And now we have 5 backlinks, meaning 5 other websites are pointing to your website. So that gives you what's called dominance or authority. Another thing to note is when these guys are telling you we're going to give you high quality DA. So DA is domain authority. Anything between 20 to 35, those pages are not the strongest, but they're relevant. What I mean by that is that website gets a lot of traffic. It's a popular website and it's a trusted website. So if they offer you a DA between 20 to 35, that's on the lower end. So you probably pay a couple $100 for that. And the higher the DA goes, the domain authority, say now you're at 50, right? Then that's like mid-level, meaning that website gets way more traffic than the other websites. And it's also a lot more relevant to your niche. So it's a higher quality backlink. Now, when you get past like the 70s, DA that's past the 70s, that's a very high quality website. And what that website is going to do, it's going to help your website rank a lot better because it's associated with a high DA, high domain authority. So those cost a lot more money, but it also depends what niche you are in. So I want you guys to do your homework on that part because I'm spending lots of money on ads, but when things slow down, I'm going to be diving way more into the on-page and off-page SEO, and I'm going to dominate the entire county. So don't forget, I told you this. I'm coming for you guys. All right? Guys, stay golden photo booth. Thomas, my man is doing like 80 events in one entire weekend, the entire week, 80 events. That's insane. And so Thomas understands on-page and off-page SEO. He's a smart man, you know. He's still going to college. So just wanted to put that out there, guys, that if you guys want to do this and be small timers and make a couple extra $100, that's cool. If you guys want to make a couple extra $1,000, it's going to require more work. But if you want to do this full time and make over 6 figures, it could be done. There's just more to be done. That's all it is. Just got to put in the work. So me, I do this full time. And now you guys are understanding why I would get booked a lot to do the one-on-one consultations, because I would share every single thing that I've learned and poured into a business owner in a 1 hour span. That's accelerated learning. So for me, I would pay for mentorship so that I can accelerate and move on to the next level. And, you know, after that, read books, podcasts, and then boom, book another consultation with someone else that's doing way better than I am. And so I would pay for accelerated learning because I don't have time to go to college. And to be frank with you, it's hard for me to sit down still and try to learn something. Like right now, I'm supposed to be acquiring my pilot license, the 107 license. But dude, like spending 15 hours sitting down in front of a computer is not my thing, especially if I'm not excited and enthused about it. You know what I'm saying? So I have my weaknesses as well, ladies and gents. So I'm with you, homie and homegirl. I feel very naked right now, guys. I feel like you guys are chilling in my living room right now. That's what I feel like right now. Okay, everything's plugged. Everything is plugged on this side. I haven't turned on the flash yet. Okay, let's see. Go ahead and continue listing those questions for me, guys. This is the best time to get those questions posted because once I'm gone, I'm gone. I gotta look at the clock is what I need to look at because I really need to get my sleep in. Okay, I'm gonna launch. Yes, Rosie. Earlier you betrayed me. You flew away when I was trying to introduce you to the audience. So please, no more sounds from you tonight. Don't want to hear you, or I'm going to introduce you to the alley cat who's been wanting to meet you. Believe that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and launch this event here. And I'm going to launch, let me see here. What other ones we have? There we go. Booth.events. Change background. Cancel. Mackenzie. So your data, which iPad is this? Cool. So we have Mackenzie on this side. We have Amada on this side. We have the launch event here, the launch event there. We gonna do this everywhere. Okay. So we're gonna connect you to the 620A. Okay, I'm gonna connect it to the 620A. The 620A is not coming up. What about you? What are you connected to? Okay, you're the 620A. So we'll connect you to the 620A. 4x6, and then we're only doing 4x6 for this event. Are we? No, we're doing 2x6 as well. Cool. All right. And then 6x2, like that. Okay. And then we're using the RX1HS for you. And we're only doing 4x6. All right. Yep. Confirmed. Good. And hit OK. Now we're going to go ahead and go to camera settings on both. Now for camera settings, what I'm doing right now is I'm going to change my ISO to 400. I'm going to drop it to 400. You want to keep your ISO, try to keep it under 640. All right. And then for my shutter speed, I like keeping it between 125 and 160. So I'm going to do 160, and I'm also going to do 160 on this one here. Okay. For my aperture, right now it's just being me by myself. So I can leave it at 4.5 or 5. Now for live view, I'm going to turn live view on. I'm using booth.events right now for these events because I have like several licenses, and I'm going to be running events simultaneously throughout the week. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take a photo here first. Then I'm going to take a photo here, and then we're going to adjust the flash and not play with these settings anymore for the rest of the night. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. So I'll start off here. And so you'll notice that this one right here is 3x2. So I'm going to go into the menu. No, I'm going to go into the menu, and I'm going to go into auto white balance. By the way, for the metering mode, I use center weighted average. And for the white balance, I'm going to go to automatic white balance. Okay. And I want to make sure this camera is set up the same way. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to make sure that, okay. Metering, yep. White balance, yep, set. Picture style, guys. I recommend you guys do fine detail for picture. Or if you guys want to do portrait, it's going to come out a little softer. Okay. All right. Close this. Both of these booths have soft close. Okay. So I'm going to take a photo here. I'm going to take a large photo. I'm going to hold it down with 2 fingers, and then I'm going to get to your guys' questions in a few seconds, and I'm going to say goodnight. All right. So if you guys enjoyed some of these things we talked about today, don't forget to hit the like button. Good karma will come your way. I believe in that. I'm going to go to filters. I'm going to turn on the glam filter and put it on minimum. Same thing over here. I'm going to turn on the glam filter and set it to minimum as well. It'll just add a nice look to it. So I'm going to go ahead and stand right here. Okay, that photo was taken. And let me know if it's okay. Good. The quality came out really good. It's not overexposed. I'm happy. I can have this as the background. It kind of matches the photo, but I'm going to use, let's use that. Let's go ahead and use, let's go use the regular background. And I'm going to go ahead and print this photo out. Did you guys hear that? That's my alarm basically telling me it's time for some sleep. For this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to higher it just a little bit because dimensions are different. Yeah, okay. I'll take this photo. Okay, this is out of whack. Definitely out of whack. I didn't see that when I was working on the template earlier. So reshoot. I'm gonna try. This is so important that you guys always, and I mean always. By the way, guys, what I'm gonna do here now is I'm gonna turn up the flash to, let's say, 6. There, change up the flash to 1/8. Let's go ahead and take a photo here. Nice. Whoa, that's way too bright. Okay. I'm gonna change it now to 1/16. Reshoot. 1/16, a little bit better. It's too right here. I think that this photo is too warm. And so what you can do if your photos are coming out too warm, and you guys are using booth.events, you can hold it down with 2 fingers and then go to camera settings and go where it says white balance automatic. You can actually go to color temperature and it'll change it to a degree. So I'm gonna go ahead and just reduce it to 1/32. Okay, let's do 1/32. We're getting too much power earlier. Fantastic. Okay, that's pretty cool. So I'll print this one as well. And so this one is connected to the 620A. This is the print that came out as we were printing on the RX1HS. Okay, now we're getting a print from the 620A. And this one came out a little darker. And I can make it a little brighter if I turn up the exposure. So that's it for tonight. You know what? Before I leave, I'll go ahead and answer these last questions really quick. I definitely got to be up early tomorrow. As you can see, guys, the technique here was instead of having 2 umbrellas next to one another, I'm bouncing the flash off the wall and it's still coming down and hitting me this way. That's why I'm aiming them at the wall that way. And then this one, of course, same exact thing. Okay, so that's what I did today. Go ahead and wrap it up. Besides, I have 11 right there right now. I have 11 likes and 11 people watching. That's a positive indicator here today. So let me just say good night to everyone that joined here today. YouTube fan definitely took advantage of this live. So he or she got the most questions in, I think. So there is a competitor in my city that offers a photo booth, but they bring a portable studio and take pictures manually with a photography grade camera for luxury glam weddings and charge $1,500. That's absolutely something you could definitely do. All you need is a camera, a flash, and some software and a backdrop. Absolutely. YouTube fan writes, what would be the best way to acquire high domain authority industry relevant links to help my website rank better? I'm convinced that this is the only thing that separates me from my competitors. What I would advise was talk to different companies, SEO agencies, ask them those questions. If I do business with you guys, can you guarantee and show me that the domains that are going to be repping my domain, basically using as a backlink, can you show me their actual authority and just make sure that those websites are actually getting good traffic. Plus, on top of that, they're relevant to the niche that you're in. Meaning, if you are a lawyer and you have a backlink from a dental or a medical company, it doesn't really help your website as being out in legal services. So reach out to at least minimum 3 marketing agencies, SEO agencies, and ask them, okay, if you guys are charging me $500, can you please tell me what the DA grade is for the links where you guys are planning to use basically for my website, and have them share. So what they do sometimes is some of these companies have really good relationships across many different niches, whether it's vlogs, whatever is forums, all that stuff really comes together. So just take your time. And like I said, do an analysis on your website. In fact, what you can do as you are introducing the idea of hiring them, you can say, can you run kind of like an audit on my website and provide me with data? So then, though it's so easy for them to just get your URL and run an analysis on it, and then they'll show you how you're ranking. Then you can call the second one, they'll do an analysis for you. And then if you can see the analysis and you can see like there's common ground, then that means that everyone that produced an actual search for you for your actual website, you'll be able to see that it was consistent. And therefore you can move forward knowing that, okay, this is where I'm at right now and I want to get here. What's it going to require and how long can I expect to rank where I want to be? What that looks like is basically the amount of search to your actual website should increase significantly within a few weeks. It just like it goes back to what I was saying earlier about how competitive that keyword is. And thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. This is my life, both being on the creator side and also being a business owner. And yeah, live your life. Continue to work on things that you're passionate about. If those change within time, then that's just you evolving and changing. Just keep moving, man. Keep creating and keep experiencing life. I'll see you guys. Take care. Peace. Bye bye.